Hello everybody and welcome to the 6 Hockey Highlight Show. Today we have episode 3 for you. My name is Simon Hendricks and I'm joined by Elias Drakos. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Simon. Ready to look at some highlights.
Yeah, we have some incredible GTHL action ready for you. Our last regular season show before we head into the playoffs. So let's take it away.
Let's get right into it. We've got the Toronto Junior Canadiens battling the Markhammajors. Just past the midway mark of the first, JVNA with a hit on the defensive end to knock the Majors off the puck, and on the other end, it's Dimian Zilkin who passes it back to Ney, who scores. Ney gets rewarded for his physical defensive play. It is 1-0 for the Junior Canadiens. Just over a minute later in the first now, after a little passing play, it's Jet Kwajah who beats Matthewhumphries. It is 2-0 for the Junior Canadiens. Second period now, the Majors have a 2-on-1 breakaway, and it's Caden Neese who scores to cut the lead in half. Not long after, the Canadiens have a 3-on-2 the other way, and it's Javier Ney again. He has his second of the game, and that restores Toronto's 2-goal lead. A few minutes later, the Junior Canadiens are looking for more. It's Brayden Krotchek with the beautiful wraparound to put his side up 4-1. What a beautiful move around the net that was. Third period now, it's JVNA again. He tries to do the Michigan to get a hat trick, but cannot score. That close to 3 on the night. A few minutes later, it's Brady Wasselin with the nifty backhand attempt that manages to find its way into the back of the net. That makes it a 4-2 game. However, that would change as less than a minute later, the Junior Canadiens find a way to respond. Brayden Krotchek scores his second of the game to make it 5-2 for the Junior Canadiens. After the Junior Canadiens added another goal to make it 6-2, JVNA with the buzzer beater to get the hat trick just in the nick of time as the Junior Canadiens defeat the Majors by a score of 7-2.
Next up is the Toronto Young Nationals taking on the Vaughhankings, and picking it up at the end of the first, it is benbowen with an excellent shot that makes it 1-0 for Vaughan. Still in the first now, the Kings are threatening again, and it is Clarence Allain who gets it to bounce in past the goaltender, and that puts the Kings up 2-0. Now, in the dying seconds of the first, it's Allain again as he puts it in off the rebound. That is the second goal of the game as the Kings are now up 3-0. Picking it up in the third period now, it is 5-0, and Alessandrodiiorio puts one in the net to make it 6-0. Later in the third, it is Gagebrandon with 2 goals already in this game, and he puts that one in to get the hat trick, and that makes it a whopping 11-0. Then benbowen scoring 2 goals already, and that right there is his third of the game as the Kings win this one by a score of 12-0, your final. That's all for right now, but don't go anywhere, and we will be right back after this short message.
Alessandrodiiorio and the vaughhankings take on Nolan Long and the Don Mills Flyers in a matchup at Westwood Arena. Catch the action of the next OHL stars.
It's the Titans and it's the Junior Canadiens. Let's get to the highlights. We start in the third period of this one, still a scoreless game. 9 seconds into the third, the Junior Canadiens jump in front on a goal by JVNA. It is 1-0. Seconds after the goal, the Titans looking to tie things up, but William Camputaro makes a nice stop to keep the lead for his team. Just over 2 minutes into the period now, the Canadiens are on the power play. It is Ney again. His 2 goals provide the Junior Canadiens with a 2-0 lead. Let's keep this trend going, why don't we? Just over 3 minutes into the third now, Ryan Kamenker with the goal. A hot start in this third period for the Junior Canadiens. However, they weren't finished there. Now the Junior Canadiens have it behind the net. The original shot goes off the post, but the rebound is shot in by Jacob Zhu, and that makes it a 4-0 game. Not long after, the Junior Canadiens add a 5th goal off this mini offensive rush. They would go on to score 4 more goals in the period alone. That's a goal every 1.67 minutes. Crazy stuff how it was tied 0-0 heading into the third, and the Junior Canadiens just exploded, as they would go on to beat the Toronto Titans by a final score of 9-0.
We have the Junior Canadiens again, and this time they're taking on the Mississaugarebels, and less than a minute into this one, it is Bodie Ryan with the breakaway as he scores, giving the Canadiens a 1-0 lead. They like scoring goals less than a minute into the periods, apparently. In the second now, the Canadiens are on the power play, and it is Thomas Pike with the great save in tight as he robs the Junior Canadiens of a 2-0 lead. And on the same power play, it is Pike again with another marvelous save, this time with his shoulder, to keep it 1-0. In the third period now, just 7 minutes to play, the Junior Canadiens are looking to double their lead off the rush chance. They think they have done it, but it is waved off as the referee says that it is batted in with the glove. Therefore, it is no goal, as it is still a 1-0 hockey game. Late in the third now, the Junior Canadiens keeping the pressure on Mississauga. And the original shot and rebound are stopped, and that would be an important few minutes as the Reps finally break through. Connor Pursley picks up the puck, and his original shot is stopped by Connor Ingram, but he scores as the game is tied at 1 apiece. And that would be how this one ends, as the Toronto Canadiens and Mississauga Reps tie 1-1.
Finally, Junior Canadiens taking on the Red Wings. In the first period, the Junior Canadiens are threatening, but it's Christian Lee who makes an incredible save, ranging from his right to his left. A bit later now, it's Max Skinner in all alone, and he's stopped in tight, but it's Lee again. What a save. That keeps it a scoreless game. Early stages of the second now, it's Jed Kwajah who makes a crisp pass to JVNA, who buries it with a great shot. That gives the Junior Canadiens a 1-0 lead. A few minutes after that, Lee makes a great stop, but the rebound is put in by Max Skinner. That gives the Junior Canadiens a 2-0 lead. A little bit later, the Wings are on the men advantage, many chances for the Red Wings, and it's finally tapped in by Alex Kontos. He gets the Red Wings on the board. It is 2-1. In the third period, the Canadiens are on the power play, and it's Adam Kelly with a beautiful shot to beat Lee. A gorgeous pass and an even better shot. That restores the Junior Canadiens' 2-goal lead. Dying seconds now, the Red Wings are threatening, but they cannot score as the Junior Canadiens defeat the Red Wings 3-1, your final.
I'm joined here by our expert analyst and Six Hockey commentator, Sammy Brzezowski. How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I got nice and dressed up.
You do look very nice.
As do you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I just have a couple questions for you here. First of all, the Junior Canadiens have had quite a great start this year. What do you think of their team so far, and what do you think they can do?
I like them. I think they're an incredibly balanced team. They have a lot of guys who can make plays that I've never seen before at this level. The likes of Dimian Zilkin, JVNA come to mind. The way they move the puck in the offensive zone is incredible. But then on the back end, they're strong as well. They have Jet Kwajah, who always loves to enter the rush. They have Jacob Zhu, the second-year player. And there's not one player on that team that I think can't make a difference at any given time.
Yeah, I totally agree. And speaking of JVNA, he's had quite a hot start as well. And as he continues to evolve as a player, what do you think is in the future for him?
I mean, he's creative, and I think that's the best part about what we're seeing about a lot of young players. They have this creativity that not necessarily like emerge in the younger players of the last generation. They're seeing all these TikToks and Instagrams of guys doing all this crazy stuff with the puck, but now they're implementing it into the game. JVNA is fast, he's strong on the puck, he's quick, and he has an eye for offense that not a lot of players have, that helps move the offense forward for the Canadiens and helps pump his stats up as well.
Now, switching gears here just a little bit, we saw the Vaughhankings beat the Nationals 12-0, which is quite the score. Gagebrandon and benbowen each recorded a hat-trick in that game. What do you think of those two players and the Vaughhankings as a whole?
I mean, I think those two players' performances just showed how Vaughhankings are not a one-man army. I mean, they have a bunch of guys capable of getting hat tricks on any given night. They have Alessandrodiiorio, they have Caleb Malhotra, but benbowen, Gagebrandon, they are both spectacular players as well, and they're a team that if one player is having an off night, the other player will have an on night, so they can run with lines and move them around and mess around. Their power play 1 unit is just as dangerous as their power play 2 unit, et cetera, et cetera. They just are a very complete team, and that's why they're going to go far.
Perfect. Well, Sammy, that's all I had for you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
From everybody here at the Six Hockey, thank you so much for watching today. Elias Stracco is my friend and co-host. My name is Simon Hendricks, and special thank you to our expert analyst, Sammy Brzezowski, and have a great day, everybody.